Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. Spotify Wrapped is out. Her hands are tied up.
It's so vulnerable and exposing to look at what people listen to the most.
One day I will write a memoir. The worker escorted me out. Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. I know, I haven't read ACOTAR yet. As you can tell by my soaking wet hair, I literally just got out of the shower. I did put my PJs back on. Guys, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say it. December is for staying inside all day and wearing your PJs. I don't really have much going on, except I feel like I need to do like house maintenance stuff. Sorry, I just made the lighting really ugly, but I need to do like house maintenance stuff. Like I need to do my laundry, I need to do the dishes, I need to pick up and like organize my room a little bit. I feel like during Vlogmas, it gets to the point where like all I'm doing is videos, fun. And I forget that like, I have to clean up after myself. I have to continue living my life. I have to do my own laundry and clean my own house. I think this morning I'm just gonna do my laundry right now. Riveting content, I know. But I'm just gonna be real with you. And then I also have to clean my room because why do I have 2 blankets on the floor? I just have stuff everywhere. Not very exciting, but let's do my laundry. Garbage is always so humbling. Like, this is such a blue job. Okay, it's Advent time. It's so exciting. I love like having something to look forward to every day. Like, I feel like I just need an Advent calendar for every single month. But I need to first switch out this sign. Chocolate first. Day 4. Oh! I found that one quickly. Who's proud of me? What's the shape of the day? A snowman again. I'm pretty sure we already had a snowman. Yeah, wait. Yesterday and today were the same. The same exact snowman. That's not very exciting. Still tastes good. We will be having this cinnamon sugar cookie. The only reason I'm not gonna have it right now is because I need to go to the grocery store and get more coffee creamer. I ran out. Cinnamon sugar cookie coffee. Maybe these are all coffees. Like, I for some reason thought they weren't, but candle of the day, since yesterday was a flop, I hope day 4 is good. Frozen snow. This smells like aftershave. It smells like a very rich hot man. I know I said I wanted to stay in my PJs all day, but I never ended up going to my P.O. box yesterday, which I wanted to do. So I think I'm gonna go to my P.O. box. Hello, why is it so dark? I'm gonna go to my P.O. box right now. We can do a P.O. box haul when I get home. I also need to bring my Nuuly stuff, like all the stuff I rented when I was in England, like the coat and the sweaters, which I rented all of that stuff. It was my first time ever doing it. I need to return all that stuff that I rented to the UPS store. So I need to go to both different post office. I think that's the errand I'm gonna run right now. Maybe it's just a catch-up day. And then I low-key need to go to the regular grocery store because Trader Joe's, if you know anything about Trader Joe's, if you go to Trader Joe's, you also need to go to a regular grocery store after that because it never has everything you need. I was just about to leave for the UPS store. I have my clothes to return here, but I just got a package delivery and I think it's even more stuff from Black Friday because I only ordered books on Black Friday and they're Amazon packages, so it probably is. I forget what I even ordered. Oh, I forgot I got this. This is Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. It's a Christmas or like winter romance. I ordered it because it was like in the potential of becoming the Patreon book club book, but it didn't win. So this must be the book that won. It is. This is My December Darling by Lauren Asher. I'm so excited to read this. Those are the 2 winter romance books I got. I'm very excited about them. And now, I really don't want to go to the UPS store, but it's just one of those things you have to do. Guys, I just got to the post office and I was just made aware that Spotify Wrapped is out. So when I get out of the post office, I'm too impatient. So I'm probably gonna have to go through it as soon as I get back in the car. Whoa. Okay,
I just picked up all my packages. I'm back in the car. There's people all around, so it's kind of embarrassing, but I need to show you my Spotify Wrapped. I did already kind of look. You know what? Let's just go through it, shall we? It's kind of like what I expected. Like, obviously, it's Taylor Swift and country music. That's like all I listen to. It's kind of, okay, well, it's kind of just really exposing. I played 1,756 songs this year, and one song again and again and again. So my top song was Russell County Line, just as I predicted, but I was in the 0.005% of listeners globally. Like, I was basically the #1 streamer. My song rankings, I am very proud of. Like, the song rankings really represent me as a person, but sharing them kind of, like, you can know my whole life story by seeing this. Okay, anyways. It's so vulnerable and exposing to look at what people listen to the most. My top song, besides Russell County Line, is I Know She Ain't Ready by Luke Combs. Is my second one, which I'm surprised about because I didn't realize I've streamed that song that many times, but now that I think about it, checks out. Then my third song is LOML by Taylor Swift. My fourth song is A Life Where We Work Out by Flatland Calvary. And my fifth song is Say Don't Go by Taylor Swift. The third, fourth, and fifth. Can't even say anything. Honestly, the order that goes in, like Russell County Line being a beautiful love song, I Know She Ain't Ready, to LOML, to A Life Where We Work Out, to Say Don't Go. That tells a story. Honestly, that's a book. What else is interesting? Should I go to my top artists? You listen to 539 artists. One thing about me is I feel like I listen to the same music over and over and over again, and I listen to the same artists over and over and over again. So seeing like I actually have listened to like thousands of songs is actually kind of crazy because I feel like I don't. I feel like I listen to like 200 songs. It's gonna be Taylor Swift, obviously. Yeah. Taylor Swift was your top artist of the year. Your longest listening streak was 55 days. You're a top 0.5 fan and you spent 13,284 minutes together. Wow. This is what I saw because I immediately went to this because this is what I feared. What I feared came true. If you saw my predictions, all I looked at was my top artists. And I'm so surprised by this. Like, this is one that actually has me surprised because I thought for sure on there was gonna be Taylor, Zach Bryan, Gracie, and Megan Maroney, and One Direction. I thought it was gonna be those top 5 for sure, and I wasn't sure the order. I was so wrong. It's Taylor Swift, Zach Bryan, One Direction. Could have predicted that. Flatland Calvary, that makes sense. Like, I do listen to a lot of their songs. Sorry, there's a siren. But my fifth one is exactly what I feared, Morgan Wallen. And the worst part of that is I can't name one album that man has. I can probably name 5 songs by title. And the only reason he's on there is because I know it's just the same 3 songs that I listen to. But I literally don't know him like that, and it's pissing me off that he's even on here. Because, like, I literally don't know that man. And I don't listen to him like that. I'm not a fan. Like, I would not go see him in concert. Like, why is he on there killing the vibes? And why are there no girls on here besides Taylor Swift? So weird. Like, how are Gracie and Megan Maroney not on there when I've literally streamed their album like 100 million times? And then Morgan Wallen, I can't even name the title of his album, and he's on there. It's because he's in my country playlist probably that I put on shuffle all the time when I'm like with people. That just pissed me off. But yeah, that's my Spotify Wrapped. Wait, we should go to my playlist. I'll make my top songs playlist public before this video goes up so that you guys can go check it out. My Spotify's at Steph Bohrer. Oh, the other Morgan Wallen song I was streaming was Spin You Around. I forgot that was even his song. But that's at the top of my, like, streamed. Oh, that makes more sense because I streamed the shit out of Spin You Around when it, like, the acoustic version that came out. I forgot that was even by him. So much Torture Poets. I'm pretty sure the entire Torture Poets album is on here. I was about to say I have such good taste in music, but, like, obviously I would think that because it's my taste. That's my Wrapped. You guys pretty much just learned my life story. Anyways, I just got all my packages and letters, and I'm very excited to open them when we get home, but now I need to go to the UPS store to turn in the rentals. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, just made my return, got my receipt. I'm like, I should go to the grocery store right now because I do really need food. I also just really would rather not do that right now.
Oh, my hair. Okay. I just got back from my post office errands and I thought we could do unboxing of all the stuff I got because I have a stack right here and a couple down here. So I thought we would just open. I started opening and then I was like, I should probably just film this. This is from this brand. Joer. I love having a P.O. box because I get like the sweetest letters from you guys, but I also end up getting sent like PR and stuff in it, which is so cool. Limited edition Molten Glow Face and Body Highlighter. Wait, that's so cool. I love a good highlight. Thank you. I see a sticker on this one from Catherine Cowles, which she wrote this series I read a couple months back, maybe in like October. It was like Fragile Sanctuary, those books. I read the first 2 and I think the 3rd one is about to come out, or it just came out, and that's, I'm assuming, what this is. They were like the small town romances, but with like murder mysteries in them. It was like Criminal Minds meets a romance book, and I was really into them. So I'm excited to read the new one. They're all about different siblings, and I think this one is about the hockey player brother. So it might be a small town hockey player romance, if I remember correctly. Oh my god, the tropes are written right here. Single mom, forced proximity, woman on the run, hockey hero, hurt and comfort, found family, and baker heroine. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have to read this. I'm so excited. Now I have all the special editions. She sent me the other books too, so they're all like sprayed edges, which I love. I'm gonna have to read this as soon as possible. Oh god, whenever I see this envelope, I get scared. I can't show you. Oh, that's just a normal photo. Oh, oh, that's not. I saw this. It's just like a normal photo of them standing there. And I was like, aw, it's the next one. Whoa. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, but her hands are tied up. I thought this was a hockey romance. What? Thank you so much for sending me this. I'm going to read this soon, and I love this series, and I can't wait to read more. Okay. Next is an Amazon package, but it was in my P.O. box. Wait. Someone sent me this. I created this coloring book with a lot of love and passion for us girlies. I hope you love it. Hinalia. Wait, did you see my vlog yesterday where I literally was like, I need a coloring book because Kylie was coloring and I felt left out? All aesthetic pictures that you can color. A little book room. Wow, this is so cute. Thank you. Then I see this package from Pixie. Ah, it's makeup. Yay, add that to the collection over here. Whoa. Look at this package. Oh, it's lip treatments from the brand Ole Henriksen. Perfect for the winter because my lips are always dry. Oh, this is from that same brand Bohrer. I don't know how to say that. Radiant Rose face and lip set. Glow on the Go cheek and lip set. Oh, this is from one of you guys. Wait, there's chocolates on top. Oh, and a book. Lore. There's a letter. Let me read the letter. Oh, this is from Martina, and she was talking about the Patreon and saying she met like her best friends on there in our Patreon. That's so cute. And she sent me this book that she said I'll love. Thank you so much. I have this big one, but it says fragile all over it, but it's like crushed, so I'm a little bit scared. An eco-friendly, toxic-free candle company. Something to light while reading. From Eve and Danny, the founders of Comfy the brand. My name's on it. They did not handle it fragilely. They did not handle this with care. Oh no. It smells so good. They're broken. I think this one isn't. Oh yeah, this one is intact. Grandma's cookies. Where's the lid? Ow. Okay. I'm cutting myself. This smells so good. Oh my god, that smells like a bakery. I still want to smell them, even though they're broken. This one's called the Everything Shower. I'm gonna have to move these into different jars. I'm gonna have to get like mason jars. What is this one? Sauna and Chill. That smells like spa. Thank you. That was all of the packages. That was my little PR/PO box haul. I have a question for you guys because this just reminded me. What is your least favorite chore? Because I feel like all day I've just been doing chores, but I don't mind doing dishes at all. I don't mind putting these in the dishwasher. I don't mind vacuuming, sweeping, cleaning surfaces. But what I hate more than anything, my least favorite chore, is putting away clothes. Hanging up clothes and folding clothes, mostly just hanging up. I hate it more than any other chore. I dread doing it, and that's why things like these blankets just end up in a pile on my floor, because instead of just folding it and putting it away, they just sit there. These dresses, instead of just putting them away, they just sit in a pile. It's my least favorite chore, but I'm curious as to what your guys' least favorite chore is. Speaking of chores though, I need to go finish my laundry. I'm making these brie bites. Kylie is coloring.
I feel like a kid. I'm coloring, waiting for my mom to make dinner. Dude, on my break, I watched the clip.
The one when I bite my cheek and it zooms in is so funny. Like, why did I make that face?
I was laughing so hard.
Like, I was focusing so hard on trying to like listen while I was actually in tears.
You're such a good friend. I'm talking about Lizzo being Ursula.
Crying. Still hurts, like it's like raw still. I think I did this wrong. I actually popped it open before I opened Oh no.
What are you supposed to do with that?
I think I was supposed to twist it first and then pop it open. Ew.
I used to be so scared of it,
Ugh.
like popping when I was a kid. Looks like that big worm from SpongeBob.
Oh my god, I love that episode because like
That
he thinks the tongue is the worm, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "This isn't the worm. That's the worm." I was scared of the butterfly episode
Yeah.
because when it zoomed in on its furry little body.
Oh, is that? Didn't you say that's why you don't like
Yeah, that's why.
butterflies?
Guys, one time, the way this angle has not my head in it at all. One time I went to Butterfly Wonderland, which is like a place, like a maze
Oh.
with butterflies, like, you know, like those butterfly enclosures. And I went there and I was so scared that I got actually escorted out because I was running. And I was like 15, like I wasn't even young.
I thought you were like 8.
No. Well, I was so scared. I was screaming. I was like, ah! Because it kept landing on me, and there were like so many of them where you couldn't even see. Like, it was like hordes of butterflies, and all I was thinking about was their furry little bodies. And so the worker escorted me out.
I've never once thought about butterflies' bodies until you brought it up.
It's disgusting because pretty privilege, like I always say. People forget they're literally just little furry beetles, but they just have wings that are cool.
I've never heard somebody say pretty privilege when talking about butterflies.
They do have pretty privilege though, because their bodies are even grosser than normal bugs. Because why are they furry with like a bunch of legs? Like, if you saw just their body, you would be terrified.
Yeah, that's true. But like, they're so pretty.
Yeah, I like looking at them from afar and in pictures.
Right. Like, I wouldn't want one like on me.
But when, yeah, don't go to Butterfly Wonderland.
I went to one that, oh, I think it was at, what's that place? Cypress Gardens.
Oh, I still haven't been there.
I went, we need to go in like the spring.
We also need to go to
Yeah.
Mystic Falls.
No, we
You've
do.
already been.
Yeah, but I went my freshman year of high school. Somebody asked me if I was going to the convention next week. I didn't know there was a convention.
Here?
No, in Covington.
Oh,
But I went to the one in DC. That's where I met them.
I want to be on Paul Wesley's close
Same.
friends so bad.
Same.
Like, how much does it cost?
The next time I'm at the store, I'll get a cupcake pan because I feel like we could use that for multiple things. Did you ever read that book when you were a kid? It was like, I don't know what it's called, but it
Great.
was it was like a rat, and he like ran this pizza shop.
Why does that sound familiar?
Like I can picture it in my mind, but I don't know what it's called.
Was it like a children's book or a chapter book?
No, like a children's book.
Ever since we started talking about Harry Potter, I think about how my mom was trying to read it to me when I was in first grade. I was 6 years old. I had no idea what was going on.
I tried reading it in 5th grade, but it was a little too well, not that it was advanced for me because like I could read it physically.
Yeah, but like to understand it
Yeah.
and like appreciate it. Yeah, so my brother was obsessed with it. Well, no. My school had like this reading program. My brother won it every year because my brother's like the school genius and I just lived in his shadow. So I would try to read the books he was reading, but he was also older. But he always won the readathons.
Oh, I love the readathon.
Yeah, and he always won like whatever, you were supposed to read like a certain amount of books every year, and he always read the most in my whole school. But he wasn't even reading just like Junie B. Jones, like he was reading Harry Potter in like 2nd grade, and I was like, I can't do all that.
I knew I liked reading when I was reading Magic Tree House. That was my
loved
shit.
Magic Tree House. I loved Magic Tree House, and I loved Junie B. Jones, and I loved what were those books about the dogs? Somebody will know. It was like Snowy was one of them, and they all had different, like Goldie, they all had different titles, and the books were about dogs getting, like the dog's perspective of getting adopted, and they were chapter books.
Oh, I was scared of dogs when I was a kid, so I probably didn't read them.
Really?
Yeah. Like we would go on walks around my neighborhood, and I'd be scared every time because if like, there was like a dog off its chain, like on its leash, I'd be really scared.
Why? Did you get attacked by one?
No, but I was afraid I was going to.
Because I never had a dog growing up.
See,
Like,
I did, so I don't know why I was scared.
I didn't get a dog. Well, I say that, but I got a dog when I was like 9. But like, I was always big animal. I thought I was gonna be a veterinarian. How do you say that?
Veterinarian.
Veterinarian.
Why does it sound like there is supposed to be an R before veterinarian? Like, but it's not.
But
It's-
are
I think
we,
it's
why are we saying
veterinarian.
it kind of British?
The other day, Addison, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No. Proceed.
The other day, Addison was talking to me, and she was like, invitation, and I said, what? And she was like, you know, the invitation. And I said, Addison.
Invitation.
Yeah, I said, you're mixing invention and invitation together. And she was like, okay, anyways. And I was like,
One time, I was scared that I was like having a stroke or something was wrong because I was trying to spell buried, like buried in the ground.
Yeah.
And I could not remember how it was spelled. And I was spelling it every possible variation of like B-E-R-B. I was like, what the hell is going on? I can't remember this word. Like, what's going on? And I was like, something's wrong. Like, my brain isn't working. And I was scared.
that I remembered.
Also, I can't find the name of that book. I looked
A
up.
rat with a pizzeria.
I haven't heard the word pizzeria in a long time. I looked up children's book with rat owning pizza shop, and I can't find it.
That should be specific enough if that actually existed. What if you just imagined it? What if that's your own idea?
Maybe it was a TV show.
Are you talking about Stuart Little?
No. Wait,
Flushed
what?
Away?
Oh, I loved Flushed Away. Me and Ada would watch that all the time. The part where he's eating the...
Ratatouille girl myself.
I like Ratatouille too. The part in Flush Away when they're eating the cheese puffs, that was so me. I love a good cheese puff.
I don't really like cheese balls in the containers, but I fuck with like a Cheeto puff.
I feel like I say cheese puffs, and I know they're called Cheeto puffs, but cause like I know Cheeto is the brand, but like I call them cheese puffs. Like I don't know, I've never.
But when I think cheese puffs, I think of cheese balls for some reason.
See, I've never.
This is gonna sound really crazy, but I know people are gonna understand it. My New Jersey girls, when I was a kid, growing up, and they probably still say it there, they call Cheetos cheese doodles.
I never really said the word doodle.
Me neither. But that was what everyone called it. And then when I moved to Arizona, I said cheese doodle. And they were like, now what the fuck are you saying?
Do you remember mini Pringles?
I remember making Pop-Tarts.
See, I don't remember that. I looked them up not too long ago because I was curious.
I'm gonna make a couple honey ones. I got this fig stuff.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put some because I don't
That'd be
really
good.
like jam like that, but I like figs, so I thought I would try that.
Did you like Fig Newtons as a kid?
Yes.
See, I did not
I
like Fig
fucked
Newtons.
up Fig Newton in my lunch. Well, because my mom was like a low-key an almond mom. Or like an ingredient mom. It was like the only snack we had. It was Wheat Thins and Fig Newton. So like if I got a Fig Newton, I was like, oh.
You said a sweet treat o'clock.
Yeah, like I was like dessert in my lunch.
I feel like my mom was like a protein mom. Like she would pack me a lot of different things, but like, remember that vitamin I told you she made me take? Like the green one? She'd pack me things, but I'm so picky that there's only so much you can pack me. And especially as a kid, like I branched out a lot. But
What
like,
did you eat in your school? Like what does your school lunch look like?
a peanut butter sandwich, no
Just
jelly.
peanut butter and bread?
Yeah,
White
because
bread?
jelly, yes. And my mom tried to get me on the wheat bread. I said, let's not do that.
I don't think I'm doing this right because we don't have the right tray.
It's okay. Don't be
So I'm
good
just rolling. When I grew up to like 3rd grade, I elevated to peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I would just have like deli meat rolled up with cheese. I'm trying to think what else was in my school lunch because I know my mom didn't really buy like chips like that either. Like if anything was Sun Chips, but it was always Wheat Thins. Maybe like those cheese cracker packets.
Ooh, oh my God, with the red thing?
Oh no, not the stick. My brother liked the ones with the stick. I just had the ones that were already pre-made.
Oh, see, I had those, but peanut butter. I wouldn't eat the cheese ones. But the peanut butter were
I
good.
ate both, yeah.
Okay.
Now don't judge because we didn't have the correct pan, so I had to do a technique. I did different techniques, as you can see.
I like it.
These ones are folded into little pockets. These are the fig ones. These ones are giving like wontons or like a ragoon. And then these ones were too small, so I just crunkled them up in balls.
This one is really good.
Thanks. That one is really good.
That looks very like professional. I cannot find the mini Pringles and the book. I hallucinated both of them.
Maybe you had a big imagination when you were a kid.
I'm gonna text my family. I really like the Kool-Aid jammers, but not the burst. The ones in the
What's that?
what? Oh, but you don't like fruit flavored
I've
things.
never heard of such a thing.
A Kool-Aid jammer?
I've never heard of that. What is it?
What?
Food?
Do you know what Kool-Aid is?
Yeah.
It's just a juice, but
Oh, I thought you were talking about a food. It's
Oh,
like a
no.
juice box?
yeah.
I'd fuck when there was a juice box in my lunch.
Dude, I
No,
love
I didn't like
juice
Capri
box.
Sun. I like the apple juice box.
Yeah. I liked my favorite juice is grape juice. And I feel like
Wait, when I was a kid, I used to love grape juice, but I
Really?
haven't had it.
I feel like nobody likes grape juice, and I really do.
Apple juice is my favorite juice.
Orange juice is my least favorite.
Probably same.
A cran grape from Ocean Spray. Oh, I'm gonna buy that the next time I'm
I
at
just
the store.
remembered that grape juice existed.
Dude, I love grape juice.
Well, like Harry Styles reminded me, but
Did you ever get like school lunch at breakfast or school breakfast?
my school didn't have breakfast.
Well,
My
I
school's
suppose
yearbook
small.
was black and white.
My kindergarten one was.
My school yearbook was black and white. It probably still is.
Oh my god.
My elementary school. No, it definitely isn't. But my mom was on the yearbook committee. No, and only the 5th graders would get their picture in color. So you'd be so excited to get to 5th grade, and then your picture would be in color.
Oh my
'Cause
god.
that was the last year at our school.
Kindergarten, mine was, I guess, in 2006, 2007. No, I was in kindergarten 2007. I guess they didn't have color back then, but
No, it was really expensive, I think.
Oh.
Which is why my school was like, no. And my Girl Scout meetings had to be in the basement. And because there's like no extra classrooms in the basement, had like mold and like mildew. It was like a storage unit, and then we'd have a table in the background.
I never did Girl Scouts, but I did.
loved Girl Scouts actually.
I was a student ambassador in 4th grade, and I thought that I was going to change the world. Like, I thought that I was going to open a charity and everything. We went, that's
Still
the,
could. It's never too late.
Are these 100 songs?
I think so. We're comparing Spotify Wrapped also. These are done. Guys, I'm so mad about the Morgan Wallen shit. Like, we were just looking at it, and like, he has no songs even in like my top 30, but
wait, I don't think he's in my top songs at all.
yours being All Girls Know is...
Isn't that so slay?
Yeah, that's the way it should be. I don't even know which one is which now. They're all like mixed in.
Which one's which? I like it.
I don't know which one that is, but it was good. It was really good. This is why I need to try new things. Well, apparently mini Pringles existed.
They did.
17 years ago. And then we were talking about how like we were having a conversation around Halloween, and I was like, oh, like for Halloween when I was like probably like 3 or 4, I was whatever. And then I was like, yeah, so Halloween 20 years ago. Halloween? I mean, like, oh yeah, for Halloween 20 years ago, I was a bumblebee. And that's like a real thing we can say. I started school 19 years ago.
Whoa. That's crazy. Same. No, I think I started preschool when I was 3. There's a 3-year-old class and a 4-year-old class.
I also did because I did nursery, preschool. Wait, is preschool and pre-K the same thing?
I think.
I started early, that's why we're the same age and I'm in the grade ahead. Like, I started when I was 3.
So you started school in 2006. I started 2007. Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't mind that. See, look, but it's so much more gentle now. Not bashing.
Like, at least it's not knocking the door down. But yeah, I started kindergarten 2007. I feel like it's about to fucking fall off.
You're grinding that coloring.
Our full time. This is what I've done. I accidentally colored this one black when I thought it was dark purple.
We're gonna watch Bridget Jones's Diary, the first one. I've watched it before, I just don't remember it. Like, I don't remember what happens. Okay, Kylie and I just finished Bridget Jones's Diary. I don't know how I haven't seen like all of these iconic films. I mean, I have seen Bridget Jones just a really long time ago and I didn't really remember anything, but we just finished that and now I'm in bed reading. I've been reading Finale, which is like the last book of the Caraval series. Well, I guess it's not the last because there's the new novella, but I'm trying to grind this out because I'm trying to do a wrap-up video for my Patreon, and I was supposed to do it on December 1st and now it's already tomorrow gonna be December 5th and I still haven't finished because of Vlogmas. I never read, but I'm reading tonight. Very much into this book. I think the second book so far is my favorite. I wish I would have known what I know now when I started the second book, and I think I would have liked it even more, but I know that wasn't the point. So I'm trying to be open-minded about book 3, which is what I'm on right now. And I'm so excited to start Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's the only reason I read Caraval, and I didn't even expect to love Caraval as much as I did. And I really love it, so I'm going to be reading for the foreseeable, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, my eyes were shutting and I decided I have to answer the question of the day because I'm gonna fall asleep. I already picked one out from Duda PCR0000. Ask, do you feel like there's a book that really changed your life? And I was thinking about this and I have 3 answers, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I have one that changed my life actually, like if I hadn't read it, I wouldn't have anything I have right now. And you know what I'm gonna say if you watch my videos, and that's After by Anna Todd. Because that is the book that got me into reading. If you don't know, it was a Wattpad story. I think it was coming out when I was in 7th or 8th grade. I was in middle school for sure because I would read the updates in my science class. And that's the books that got me into reading in the first place, because I was always an avid Wattpad reader. I read fan fiction. I read on Wattpad every single day of like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. And then when I saw that After was getting published into physical books, I bought those physical books. I went to Barnes & Noble, bought the physical copies, and that's what introduced me to the fact that contemporary romance was a genre. And from there, I saw that there was Off Campus. I read Beautiful Disaster. I read literally every book started from that. I started reading Colleen Hoover because I found After, and After opened the door to the entire genre for me. So that book actually changed my life because that's what made me a reader. And my first YouTube video, that's not on my channel right now, but the first YouTube video I ever made in 2020 was me recommending After, Off Campus, like those books. And that's how my entire YouTube journey started, which is now my job, which is how I was able to connect with all of you guys and how I've met like all of my best friends. And it actually changed my life. Like, I would not be here. I would not probably be in South Carolina. I'd probably be living a completely different life, or I 100% would be living a completely different life if Anna Todd didn't sit down and type out that book on Wattpad back in 2013. That is just like the main one that actually changed my life. Then I would say changed my life in terms of like when I read it,
it changed my perspective on things. I would say Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. It's a memoir and it's one of my favorite books of all time. It's the #1 book I probably recommend to everyone that asks me for a book recommendation, every girl especially. I think it embodies what being a woman in your early 20s, honestly late teens through being 30 years old feels like. That covers every topic you could imagine without being boring, feeling like you're reading a nonfiction book, but it is her life. But she's such a good storyteller. Everything she includes in that book, every story, it's like about parties, boys, dating, drugs, sex, school, friends, everything you can imagine. But every chapter it's like kind of revolving around her dating life. She was like a columnist in different magazines and papers. She would write about her dating life. A lot of the stories about her dating life, they're all such specific stories that obviously only she could really relate to, but every story she tells, you can somehow relate it back to yourself. Like every lesson, every story she tells, I could relate to something that's happened to me. And then like the overarching theme of the entire book, after you've read all these different trials and tribulations of her dating life, you realize that the entire time you've actually been reading a story about her and her female friendships, because you watch her go on these dates, you watch her hook up with these guys, you watch her go to these parties, and at the end of the day, she always ends up, she lives with her best friends in her 20s, she always ends up back home with them, she always ends up on the phone with her best friend, it always ends up with her being comforted by her best friends. Like every situation that you think is like about dating and boys, you realize is actually telling the story of her female friendships. And when you get to the end of the book, you realize like that was the entire point, and that's why it's called Everything I Know About Love, because that's where that quote, everything I know about love I learned from my long-term friendships with women, that is like the ending moral of the book. And you realize the entire time you've been reading this book, it's actually her falling in love with her friends and learning love through her friendships, even though it's been these stories about dating. And I literally love that book, and it's inspired me so much. Like I say all the time, one day I will write a memoir and it will be in the style of Everything I Know About Love. Obviously not exactly, because my 20s were spent in my house most of the time. I don't have the crazy party stories she has, or spending every last dollar she has taking a taxi to another city to see a boy. Like I don't really have stories like that. I do have some crazy stories, but I just like, it really inspired me to want to write a book like that one day. It changed my perspective on so many situations in my life. It like really resonated with me, and it's something I recommend to like every girl to read. It's just one of those books that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. And then the third one that I'm thinking of is a series in general, which is the Addicted Calloway Sisters series by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is a 10 book, kind of 12 book intertwined series if you include the spin-off Bad Reputation duet. So it's like 12 books long of my favorite characters of all time. I cannot explain how much those books mean to me. Like it's about 6 best friends, 3 of them are sisters and then their boyfriends, and it's found family, and you follow them over a span of like 10 years. Like you know everything about them. They all have such distinct personalities. They all go through these super relatable but also insane struggles. It's like the deepest romance books I've ever read, because they're not even just romances. Like obviously there's 3 romances in them because there's 3 couples, but each couple gets multiple books. It's mostly, I would say, about found family, friendship, and just like unconditional love. It's so entertaining, everything that they go through. There's always a drama, plot twist, crazy thing happening, but at the end of the day, like those are the most developed characters I've ever read. And I love a character-based book, and I love falling in love with characters and growing attached to characters. Like I genuinely feel like I know them. I literally have a tattoo on my ankle of a lily, rose, and a daisy that I got in 2020 because that's the names of the 3 girls, and they literally all have taught me different things. They all are so like, they're real people to me. Like those are my friends. And I also just think nothing will ever compare to the feeling of when I first read it back in 2020, and seeing how like popular it's gotten since then and how much it's resonated with everyone is so special, because I feel like everybody relates to it in different ways and everyone connects to it in different ways. And it's just like, that's my favorite series of all time. It's my favorite fictional books of all time. I don't think anything will ever amount to that. Close second is Binding 13 and that whole Boys of Tommen series. I also love that series. It's in the same way where the characters are so developed, the romances are insane. It's so deep and character driven, and like there's a romance in there, but I feel like there's so much depth to the characters. I feel like Boys of Tommen is the only series I've ever read that even comes close to that. But it does make me excited that there's so many books I haven't read yet that could possibly make me feel the way that the Addicted Calloway Sisters series made me feel in 2020 because I know I haven't read ACOTAR yet, I haven't read Throne of Glass, I haven't read these like really popular series that everyone has those feelings for. So I feel like it will happen to me again, and I'm so excited for it. But I also thinking about growing attached to another series in the way that I'm attached
attached to the Addicted series, like, honestly scares me, because I think about the Addicted series every single day. I think about the characters as if they're my friends. Like, things in public remind me of them. And I haven't read the book in 5 years. And I still think about them every single day. That's how much they've stuck with me. Like, those characters. It's just insane. So, like, that's probably the reason why I've been putting off reading ACOTAR. And also, I'm just scared that because ACOTAR is so hyped up, that I'm scared if it doesn't meet, like, the insane standards I've built in my head, that I'm gonna be so disappointed. And also, I want to make a video about it. So that also is a reason why I haven't started it yet. That was another question I've gotten asked a million times, is when I'm starting it. I don't know, guys. I want to read it in the winter, though. So maybe it will be my New Year's read. Like, once I'm done with Once Upon a Broken Heart, maybe I'll move on to that. But I would say those are the main books that have changed my life. One that actually changed the course of my life, one that changed my perspective on life, and then one that just so heavily impacted me and is just my favorite book of all time. I ended up talking way more than I thought I was going to, but I really love that question. I'm ready to go to sleep. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was such a very, like, normal day in my life. Like, today was probably the most normal day ever, doing the most mundane tasks, but, like, this is life, and you're seeing my real life, and I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was very normal. But I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye!